Citizens, we are back at it. I'm going to switch this over to a different mic. Somebody said that there was an issue with the mic quality. I'm going to see if it solves it. All right, so this should solve that issue. Hopefully it does. It's a little more sensitive too, so should have some better sound. Well, tonight we are going to be doing some salvaging. It's not exactly fun in a reclaimer, but maybe it'll be a little bit more fun in a smaller ship, a little more manageable one-person ship. We've gone ahead and got the Vulture, and it's in Drake Vulture. There we go. I'm going to call that out, and we're going to go do some missions. I've already done one. Earlier I hopped on with Fierce Stare, and I was doing some salvaging when he was running some of the new Intel raid missions, and check out his channel. Managed to do a raid with him, his 5 of 5. It went very smoothly. Quality guy. Definitely check out his channel. All right, next we're going to 5, right? 5 if I remember correctly, and I do. Okay, so I already have, I think, 6 or 7 boxes in there. I have a habit of taking the ladder and not the ramp. You got to take a ladder somewhere, so you might as well take the easy one. Throw this to, there we go. So I've got a couple ideas of things I want to do tonight in the Vulture. I'm going to keep saying reclaimer accidentally. We got to restock real quick. And there we go. Get those rolling. So in the normal salvage tab, I want to do smaller things like this, the Avenger Titan, whatnot, just so we can fully clean them in a short amount of time, and then rip them to shreds with the disintegration and the fracturing. And then after that, I want to go into the personal tab, and I want to do a couple of these illicit ones. Specifically, I want to do one like this Aegis Hammerhead. I want to see if we can just blow it to pieces and get our 1/4 mil. And then ones like the Corsair, or if there's one in here for the MSR, do that one to see if there's illicit cargo in there. If there is, since we're not risking a whole lot of time as far as claiming goes, we can run a risky at the moment. You'll also notice I have a crime stat 1 up here. I logged in and I had it. I haven't, as a matter of fact, I haven't seen what caused it, so maybe, actually, let's just hop out real quick and run over and clear that crime stat. Figure out what it was. I logged in and I had a crime stat. Don't know why. You'll also see it if you, actually, I don't know if Fish Stared, you could see it on his stream, but let's see. Trespassing, 2nd degree. Where did I didn't trespass. Anyway, whatever, 2000. Cool. There's that. Crime stat cleared up. I have no idea how I got it, but we did. Okay. Back into the driver's seat here. Contact ATC. Let's get this show on the road. We're going to go. Oh, come on. There we go. We're going to go over to the commons real quick, sell off the commodity we already have. I still have that full cargo hold worth of RMC inside the C2, so we can see if we can get some of that sold. Lighten up the shaders. How about we throw it to the scene? That'd probably be a good idea. Wow. Good thing I'm not a professional streamer, because that would have been embarrassing. Alrighty. That's got to be, yeah, 4 or 5 minutes of solid just talking over a screen. Good job. This ship is not fast. So we'll eventually get over to the commons. What's over there? Let's switch one of these screens to target. Another Drake Vulture. It's red. That means I need to be a little bit more conscious in Aurora. And an Aurora MR with some damage on it. Let's turn on some lights. There we go. Now I can see where I'm going. Around here, drop our gear. There we go. Little cattywampus here. And once again, we'll move out the side here. I want to close the door. I'm gonna close anytime soon. I don't want somebody stealing my stuff. There it is. Sometimes hitting some of these menus can be very difficult. Alright. Now we can just run along this arm. Walk on down. Alright, so there's one RMC and I want to say 5 or 6 CMATs in here. Oh yeah, these guys are all on alert. So whoever had that crime stat came running through here. You have left the channel, Drake Vulture Prison. Oops, wrong button. Comments, please. And I have to wait for the doors to remind me that I was an idiot. Contract available, medical rescue. If they're close, we'll go do it. Service beacons. Medical rescue. No, he is not close. 43 million. Sounds like Crusader somewhere. Location. Big Vulture. So 1 RMC, 13, and it cost me 5,000 for that mission. So we've already made 7,000 profit there. Now we have to run over to the planetary at. Oh, right, we're going to try the. I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of buy for the C2. They want 160 of it. Okay, cool. We'll sell some there. I meant to get over to ArtCore, but when I saw Fairstare streaming and it looked like he needed an extra hand to do his 5 of 5, I hopped straight over there. And luckily he got another person while I was getting ready to get over there, so it was a total of 4 of us for his 5 of 5, and it was a really good, really easy time. Everybody did their part very well. Go back out to the Vulture here. Oh, nope. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have some CMAT we need to sell. Luckily, we didn't go too far. Then we'll have a clean Vulture that we can go start experimenting with. I'm really interested to see if we can do one of those 250,000 illicit salvage contracts just by destroying the ship. I wonder if it's strong enough to destroy the hammerhead that will be sent after. Drake Vulture. And 36k. They're not too shabby. We had 5 SCU of that, so that's pretty good. What I would say, it's much more enjoyable to do it in the Vulture than it is in the it was a good stream too. He finished his 5 of 5, and it was great to sit there and be able to play a game with him. Welcome in, by the way, Damon. Tonight, Sunday night, is going to be a Zen chill out night. We're going to do some experiments with a Vulture, and we're also going to do Power Wash Simulator and running just the normal fracture and disintegration as well. Cool, good. All these NPCs on guard. There was a Vulture out here that was whoever got out of it had a huge crime stat because the Vulture stayed red. Okay. Up the ladder here. And our new to us Vulture. Okay. Systems on, good. Engines on. Come on. Oof. It only wants to go one direction. It won't let me do like up and reverse at the same time as part of the liftoff. Mechanical gear, what can I say? And these lights, whoa, that got dark quick. Okay, turn this back on. Let's take a look at our first contract. Let's go ahead and do. Let's go to the personal tab and see if one of those hammerheads is up. Yeah, I want to see if I can break the hammerhead with the Vulture, because if you can, this is unreal. 250,000. Oh, it's around yellow. I don't think that we have the gas tank to get there. Great Cuddy Black. 80,000. More yellow. Aberdeen. Yellow. Aberdeen. That's the downside to the Vultures, a small gas tank. Aerial we could do. Aegis Redeemer. I like these because not these, this, because it's just go and do it. Let's see if we can get to yellow. Let's try plotting a course over there, seeing if there's enough gas tank to get to. Well, there's enough gas tank to get to Crusader. We'd have to, yeah, let's go ahead and set the route over there. Hey, it'll let us get to yellow, so let's do that. It's going to be a heck of a long flight time because this is a slow boat McGee. Actually, since it's slow boat McGee, let's do something a little closer while you're still here, Damon, so that way you get to see something rather than just a Vulture flying through Quantum. Yeah, right. I mean, just, but it's not even an upgraded Quantum. It would take a lifetime to get there. Let's do a normal salvage, and we're going to do smaller ships. Vulture is a weird shaped cutter. Cutter's good. Here we go. Here's an MSR. We'll spend our 20,000 and we'll go clean up a MSR. Well, that one's even further away. That was a bad idea. Route. Well, it is our Arco one. We've already paid for it, and I don't want to risk losing the reputation, so we're going. Now for the 2-bit tour. Welcome to the command deck. Looks like we have component access here. There's a button. Yep. And a different button that doesn't do anything. Cool. For the radar. Computer is your button. No, your button doesn't do anything. We can open this door in Quantum. That's a scary thought. I really like the MFD layout. It's pretty good. It's very useful while salvaging. We can lock our doors, and it's so far one of the only ships that I've seen where the lock actually works. We can toggle dim lights. Let's see, we got not the world's worst restaurant. It's mostly usable. Very small, but still pretty good. first step is a doozy. Show is openable. Oh, that one can open. That one does. And as does that. So there you go. You can see all the component. That's very useful. Good spot for them. To me, this looks like a 3D printer or a workstation. Let's see. We got a warning label. Cool. Battery. Oh, doesn't work. Gravity generator doesn't work. The bed that apparently I forgot to make up. That's not a good sign. Should have cleaned that up for the stream. What's nice is this ship can bed log, and it's kind of great for the solo person. All right. Let's head on downstairs. Then this is the coffin cell of a cargo area. There's a nice little cargo grid. It's 3 by 2 by 2. So a total of 6. A total of 12. SCU can be in there. And I still got a little bit left over from when I just did. I really like that we can make our own stuff. That's really handy. Matter of fact, I am the reason why we have such an odd number in there is because I actually made my own. So it's like, oh no, I need a multi-tool, and I was like, oh right, I can make a multi-tool. Yep. Wait, I wonder. Oh, you can close the door, so it still wins out. But it makes me crouch in the weirdest way. Open, please. Ooh, that was scary. Making me feel weird. Notice when I came through this door, there's this. Looks like a suit locker and a weapons rack. Huh. Go figure. Good job. I mean, it's already more functional than other ships of its size. Quantum drive, life support. Dubious heating fans. I think that it's this. Yeah, I don't see anything that looks like a galley. Definitely no sink or anything like that. So I would imagine at this style of life, you would probably just, grab a couple meal bars, throw them in a backpack, spend a couple days out, and then come back to a station. Oh, what can you make? Cool. We'll go back there. You can make the multi-tool, and then you can make a bunch of different attachments to that. So you could definitely make the tractor beam, speaking from experience, but you can make the handheld salvaging attachment as well. Okay, so yep, you can make the multi-tool, you can make the true hole tractor beam, the SRT attachment, and then an empty canister and or a filled canister. So that way you can start fixing your own ships and whatnot if you had to. Ooh, server going funky. There we go. Looks like the server's... Nope, server's not caught up yet. No handheld mining tool. No, not automatically. Otherwise, it'd be a handy little ship to just go hand mining in, wouldn't it? There we go. Now it looks like the server's caught up. All the numbers are coming through cleanly. You know, I'm going to say it, but I don't think that a rock would fit in here. But I was wrong about the 400i. So let's go back downstairs and do our visual again. Another rock is. Whoa! We just dropped out. Oh, and it threw me to the ground. Please let me stand up. Okay. What's going on, everybody? That was weird. I don't want to go to crew L3. I want to go to arc L1. Yeah, I don't think that the rock would as well. But stranger things have happened. Alright, let's try hopping out of this seat again. Okay. Don't drop me out of... Alright, we're looking good this time around. These rub rail pipes here make me think it's not going to fit. Like, I don't know. Dang, if it doesn't look like it can, might be too short, but it's got the little nook on this side for the laser to fit. It does look low. It really does. I mean, we could totally strand another rock if we wanted to. See if it would work. Just looking at the dents on my chair. And in my seat. Weird. I don't know what that stain is. You know, I just picked this thing up in Lorville this afternoon. What's another rock? Pretty sure the insurance company is not going to come down hard on me for fraud. But yeah, I'm actually digging the MFD layout in here. It all feels natural and good. Server's getting blocky again. Go. Well, I think the game just crashed to desktop. We're going to go ahead and try and get think the server took a dive on us. Yeah, I was just mentioning the server was going a little cranky, and then it just straight to desktop. Okay. We'll see if we can hop back in and get right back in our Vulture. Luckily, that didn't happen with a more expensive ship or a full load of RMC and the C2, so we're not doing too bad. This is what the initial splash screen looks like while you're waiting to load into the general menu. And now the general menu. Persistent Universe, Star Citizen. Chris Roberts Loading Simulator. I'm just hoping it puts us right back inside of our Vulture in Quantum. Saves us a lot of time. No such luck. Where are we? We are on... Yes, New Babbage. Okay. Well. That's unfortunate. Take a look at the spaceport off in the distance. Okay. I believe you're correct. Liberator's an interesting ship in universe. I've contemplated pledging one back during IAE because they were available, and I had the fundage, but I was like, I just can't justify it in game yet. Maybe it'll be a little bit more interesting when it drops, but I just couldn't justify it. Yeah, once it becomes available with in-game credits, you know, it'll be easy enough to grind and get just about any ship in the game. Though, you know, they're gonna double the cost of most of the ships coming soon. That's why I'm trying to get the fun and interesting ones now. Maybe I just need to also bite the bullet, grind up and get an 890 jump, just so I can get it at its cheap price and not have to get it for, what is it, 90 million? For me, I think the C2 has proven its usefulness. I don't think that the Liberator has yet, but that's the one that's got the open landing platform, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's got like walls, but it doesn't have a ceiling or a roof over it. we will likely have to claim our Vulture. So in the meantime, we'll just grab the 85X and jump over to the Commons and sell some things. See if they want to take any more of that RMC from inside the C2. There was. I managed to Jenga it all together. I managed to get two C8Xs. I'm trying to remember what all was in it. The Ursa, a PTV, a Cyclone, basically all a Rock DS, the big Rock, and the 85X, all in there. Great Vulture, yep, gotta claim it. It's a 9-minute claim time. Okay. We'll let that timer play out, how long it's going to take us to get over. Let's store to Lorville, that's right. So I did manage to go over to Lorville during the day and try and race. I'll put that video up. I didn't crash. I managed to do it in something like 2 minutes, 20 seconds, which was good enough for a bronze finish. So I was right. If I can see the track, I don't crash on it. Yeah. I just wanted to see if it fit. I like the 85X's speed and the fact that it's a 500 AUEC claim for insurance if you wanted to expedite it to instant. So it's got a very good niche in the game, but objectively the C8X is better than it in just about every way. Other than claim times. The C8X used to be instant. Then they messed with a lot of the claim times. Pretty much all of the starter ships used to be instant.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I will say I like the C8X flight characteristics and Atmo a little better. This one starts to fight you if you try and yaw. The C8X will too, but not as much.
Landing gear deployed.
Two Connies, or is it a Connie and a Shadow? It's two Connies. You know what needs to be parked right between them? Tiny little 85X. Excuse me, coming through. Actually, let's be halfway a nuisance. Let's park right under the elevator. There we go.
Complete. Engines inactive.
Whoa! I think he just took off. Oh, that's crazy. You hear that? The wind caught it and took it. He still has the cargo elevator available to him, but yeah, that was what we in the business call a dick move. Yeah, I got jet washed off of that one. See how much of my RMC they want to buy. Hercules Starlifter. Not a lot. 171 this time around. Okay. For another 2.286 million. Transaction complete. Okay. So we sold about 4.5 million. And we've sold probably about 2/5 of the cargo hold, so right on back out to the 85X. The claim timer on the Vulture should be done. And if it's not by the time we get back, we can definitely expedite it for really cheap. This is what the Moby glass looks like. Okay. Interesting. All we ever get to see is the holograph display. Yeet. Into a pilot seat. Lift off. Gear up and let's get back over there as fast as possible.
Landing gear raised.
Exactly what I'm doing. It's a fast ship for, interplanetary travel. Say I wanted to go run a bunker real quick. It's perfect. It's expendable. I keep saying it because it can claim instantly for 500 AUEC. So it's really the cheapest thing there is to claim. So if it dies or whatnot, then who cares? You can just litter it across the universe if you wanted to. Also fully suggest landing without the gear down. That's good.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Launch complete.
So you can do things like that and just not worry about it. We can. There's actually one that can be claimed. We can take a look at that. Actually, won't end up claiming it because it's the one that's on the Carrack, but we can go into the claim timer and see how long it would take and how much.
To the ASOP vehicle
All right,
retrieval
so
system.
Pisces Expedition, we go claim 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Yeah, I can just load it.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
And if I paid, 1700 AUEC, I'd get it in 1 minute instead of 3 minutes. Versus,
Please visit us again.
watch this,
Welcome
the
to the ASOP vehicle
85X
retrieval
will
system.
be required to be claimed. I can guarantee that. 85X claim, 1 minute, but when I file the
Your
claim,
insurance claim has been sent.
I can pay. Oh, let me expedite it, please.
Your insurance claim
I can
has
pay
been sent.
500, 450 right now to get it instantly. So
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
there's basically,
Please
it's
visit
actually
us again.
cheaper to claim it
Bye.
than it is to repair any damage on it. Okay. Meanwhile, we were
Welcome
going back for a
to the
Vulture, weren't we?
ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Great Vulture, we can retrieve
Vehicle
it.
selected. Your vehicle has been. Please
All right.
visit us again.
Leave it set 5. I'm correct. And then, even though we claimed it, that 85X is still stuck in that other hangar. Oh, it's the same hangar. How crazy is that? So, I mean, the 85X has its use, and that's how I would use it. Basically, it's just a disposable car. They didn't even bother shutting the doors. Systems on, engines on. We're going to contact ATC, and we're going to wait a few moments, because even though they look open, they are probably closed as far as the game is concerned. So we'll just wait 30 seconds or so before we go out. I've hit invisible doors before. Alright. We'll approach slowly and cautiously. Okay. We're through. Let's get airborne. Or spaceborne. They're working it. I'm excited for the things that they're working on to come to fruition. Bugs will be fixed over time. A lot of the fun, and weirdly enough, in the game is the random moments where you just explode. Alright, let's go into our contract manager, into salvage. Let's see if there's something close by. Arc L2, no thank you. Crew L5, no thank you. Her L4, no thank you. L5, crew. Why are there no Microtech? There's Mick L2, Hercules Starlifter. That's a big one. Mick L2 Redeemer. That seems like a good one. We'll do that. Mick L2. Alright. Almost up to atmosphere. Almost up to quantum range. There's 10.5. Those dots should be starting to turn green. There they go, green. We need an OM marker. You look like an OM. I think we're going after a Redeemer, not a Reclaimer, so it's a heavy-duty combat ship. Hey, Kiki. Or Kirky. K-R-K-I-I. It is possible to play Star Citizen without buying a ship or package, only during a couple special events they have that they call free flies. So they'll open up it to basically anybody who wants to create a free account, and then you'll be able to fly a small handful of ships that they pre-selected to show off the game. The point of the game is to give a open universe Wing Commander feel. If you've played games like Wing Commander or Privateer or Descent Free Space, all of those games are space combat simulations. It's a little bit more in depth than Starfield. It's along the lines of Elite Dangerous or what's the other one? No Man's Sky. But the real claim to fame here is this is not a cutscene we're watching. This is one-to-one real travel time at some faster than light factor speed. So I'm walking around my ship while it's traveling to its destination. I'm going to jump back in here because we're getting close to it. Yep, it's you hit the nail on the head, Damon. It really is. It's a beautiful game. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of just make it what you want it to be in the game. There's people that do medic runs. There's people that do salvaging. That's what we're going to do here. Cargo running. Then there's a whole first-person shooter side to the game as well. So if you decide the game is for you, you will need to buy a package that includes for about $40-45 depending on the sale. That includes a starter ship and the game itself, or rather the rights to the game itself. After that, all the ships that are in the game can be bought with in-game currency. You don't have to buy additional ships or anything like that. In fact, the ship that I'm flying right now is not one of the ones that I own with real world money. It's one I bought with in-game currency. And yeah, this is one of the most beautiful games on the market, period. Hands down. Coming in hot to my salvage claim. Yeah, should definitely check out a few. I stream pretty often. They're about 2 to 3 days a week. I don't. Mondays and Thursdays I don't, and an occasional Wednesday. So I do pretty much all the game content there is on different random nights. Yes, you certainly can. This is an MMO. So there, if you look on the left-hand side, middle of the screen, that's just people that are on the server with me as well. And one of the nice things that you and a friend can do is use each other's list to jump to the same server, so you're always playing with each other. Let's turn on the light so we can shed some, make sure this Redeemer is, there we go. We've entered Adiago controlled. The Redeemer's such a nifty looking ship. All these salvage ships look a little weird with the mottled texture that's on them because they're so damaged beyond repair, but they're still interesting. Okay, now let's see. Turn the lights off. No, it's too dark to go without the lights. Switch into mining mode here. Well, salvage mode. Same key binding. And start power washing this thing. I am going to throw on my darker shader real quick. And where is it? There we go. That should help me cancel some of the washout. I mean, that actually kind of makes power washing easy mode. So, try turning them off real quick. Yeah, that'll work. This is the stock shaders with the game. Lights off and power washing. Yeah, one of the things that I learned early on from somebody else's video is there's a third-party add-on you can get to change the shaders in the game, and it's worth it. There are ones that kind of give you. Here, let me turn these off. Turn the shaders back on, and you can get night vision, essentially. Infrared. I am playing with the max graphics on, yes. The only setting that nobody really uses in their graphics is go here. Options, graphics, is the volumetric clouds, but everything else is on the highest preset. But high and very high volumetric clouds, nobody's cards, unless you're running a 4090, can do that very well. Right. Not gonna lie, that's pretty sick in that mode. And to give you a thought or an idea, right now I'm getting about 55 frames per second doing this act, and in bunkers, which are FPS missions, I can get up to 190, and on most planets I'm in the 30 to 40 FPS range. That's actually starting to aggravate me a little. If you were to buy it from third-party sellers, that sort of thing, buying the currency in game, is that what you're asking me? Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. It's I won't say it's easy, but it's fairly simple to earn in-game currency. While there's a little bit of repetition and grinding, a few of my other streams you can watch that in one 20-minute span I can make about 1.5 million in credits. Now that's not linearly scalable because this game has its own economy where things will be, in demand, no demand, and out of even any interest in buying it. Okay, so you've got ships that currently cost 500,000 AUEC all the way up to 32 million AUEC. So 500,000 credits to 1,000,000 credits. 32 million credits. And it's really depends on size and purpose. The ship that I'm in right now is 1.2 million credits, and I consider that a bargain for what you're getting from it. The ability to literally print money in game is pretty good. One thing to note, if you're interested in the game, is it is technically still in alpha. This is not a feature complete game. This game is not done. They're still developing it. So you get to be part of the process if you want to. You can treat it like a game. It's good enough for most people to be considered a game, but I just want to temper expectations. Fantastic. What I would suggest is, what you'll see at the top of my screen is a referral code. I'm not asking you to use mine, but if there's a content streamer that you like, I would definitely suggest using their referral code. That way they can get a little something out of it. You'll end up with a little something. The best times to buy the game are usually around November, because they run the best sales then. There should be another sale for Fortuna, which is right now, which is St. Patty's Day essentially. So, and when I say it gets you something small, it's usually like a set of armor or 5,000 credits in game. It's not huge, but I mean it's not nothing. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. If you do, I look forward to. Feel free to add me, and when you get in game, be more than willing to help you in any one of the game loops. That's what we call them. The professions that you seem interesting to you will help you find your niche in the universe. I haven't made a Discord yet, no. This is more casual for me than anything else, but maybe in the next couple of days I'll look at making one of those. But there's another content creator out there that I'd like to support. His name is Fear Stare. He has a Discord, and if you join, I'm on his Discord, so if you join that one, you can just YouTube search for Fear Stare, or he's in my subscribed list as well. And you can definitely reach me through there. Yeah, and yeah, you'll see that in the community. A lot of the people, a lot of the creators are friends with each other, so. Not entirely sure why this redeemer started rotating, but it's definitely making the act of salvaging a little more interesting. Rotisserie itself. One thing about Fearstare server, I think you have to go to the welcome channel and click the little thumbs up icon, so that way it'll give you access to everything. Basically his way of making sure that it's just not some bot that's joined. Fairly unique system. I haven't seen it employed anywhere else, but it's a very good idea. Right. Awesome. Yep. So that's a good entry point to the community. Like I said, I'm on his Discord, so you can message me. My name's Frizm, FRIZZMMM. And when your buddy and you get into the game, go ahead and add me on your friends list. And you know, if you see me on, feel free to ask questions, and I'm here to help. Awesome, thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the verse, man. Okay, so the Redeemer cost us $20K to get the rights to the salvage on this. We're sitting at 3.6 SCU in the hopper at the moment. We've already made our money on it as far as RMC goes. RMC is 13.3 to 13.9, depending on availability and demand. Of course, man. Look forward to it. I think I already responded to that, but that's okay. No such thing as too much response. He said sarcastically. This is much similar in size. Yep. Oh no, it does both now. Yeah, so it can power wash and it can vaporize. It's got both modes available to it now. I think I collided with it and gave it a little spin. Let's get to 6 SCU and then we'll swap over to the fracture and we'll break this ship apart and then we'll move on. I'm currently at 4.7 SCU. Manually flying around trying to get all this is fun. This is actually worlds better than doing reclaimer work. And it seems to work a lot better than the first time I tried salvaging as well, so kudos. This is not as mind-numbing as it was before. Check you later. Kirky. That's what I'm going to call you. Let me know if I'm wrong. Kirky. Oh, well. Hopefully I'll see him in the verse. Hopefully he does pick up the game, and I hope that he finds it interesting and that he likes it. I don't know that we're going to get 6 SCU out of this Redeemer. We're at 5 now, and I don't feel like there's a lot left to clean on it. Also, in the grand scheme of things, this game is what I would call relatively cheap. The barrier to entry is, you know, $40 or $45. That's not a lot for a game these days. You know, I bought Helldivers 2. Well, I bought it on sale, but the normal price of that's what, $60. And all you do in that one is shoot bugs or robots. It's actually a very tiny game compared to this one. As much as some critics of the game malign it for, being still an alpha, it's more of a game than a lot of the finished games are. Now you're pissed with it. Oh no. I thought you were having luck with it last night. You had won some counties, right? Okay, there's 6 SCU. Now we're gonna swap in, so those, now you probably saw those inner coils on the arms light up. We're in fracture mode. Now it just starts doing its thing. we go. Closing in. I don't know if you can make out. There's this little completion circle going on right here that's telling me how close I am to it breaking into a billion pieces. There it goes. All right. Now we'll switch into disintegration mode. The nice thing about this is I'm in command of the flight as well. Like I can move around. Whereas in the Reclaimer, if you're doing it solo, you're kind of just stuck in one place. This is the way to do this. Oh yeah. You can pick up the smaller things. Fantastic. And that one. There it goes. We're at a filler station. It's full. So I will. Let's go stack some boxes. It won't take as long. And we'll see if we can't pick up the rest of these things as well. Well, you know, it's much faster to get down there. Let's go with the RMC first. Auto eject. I'm pretty quick at this. You're in battle. you got Zerg rushed. Two. So we have 6 SCU of RMC, which means that we will have somewhere around 90,000. So not too bad as far as payoff goes. And then the CMAT is another 6,000 per SCU, so that's not bad either. I mean, we paid 20,000. We spent probably about 30 minutes. 30 minutes seems accurate. You had to surrender and they took your home county. You still have the other two though? Like, are you completely out of the game? You got to restart? That one. There's that. Okay, so that's 12 SCU. That's the quote-unquote factored maximum. That's what... And then we can go grab the rest of this material that's just floating out there. What? That game is wild.
Engines online.
Alright, let's pick up all these little bits of pieces out here. Not picking those up. Hello? I would really appreciate. Yeah, maybe they're too small. I don't know what's going on. Well, looks like we're done here then. Okay, let's go to the original character. Only had daughters and singers. Nice. Interesting. Well, I'm not worrying about that. I was just interested in the fact that apparently your character can do things outside of your direction. That seems weird for a game to allow that to happen. Okay, we did make L2. Let's see if there's a personal salvage. The Mercury Star Runner. I want to go do that one. Where's it at? Oh, right there. They don't exactly tell you until after you take it. And then we also have the Hammerhead Yella. Let's make our way to Yella. That's what we were trying to do the first time around. I want to see if we can just pop that one, get that mission and pop it, and if we get 250,000, it's worth whatever the risk is, essentially. No, I'm not even gonna take any of the stuff for it. Like at that mission, if it pays out 250,000 just from destroying it, let's go to it. Salvage and yeah, right here, 250,000 plus bonuses. The bonuses would be any salvage you get from it. So you could just show up, pop it, and then leave and be $250,000 richer. That seems awesome. I know there's probably some negative downside to it. So when yeah, just break it up, because all of the other risky ones, like, they completed after I just broke it into pieces, after I fractured it. So I'm hoping and thinking that this one will be pretty much the same. We'll see about it. I know that you could take the SRV and tow this ship, and you get like a crime stat 2 for towing that ship, but all you have to do is tow it like 2,000 meters away, and you're fine. You get all the points. Yeah, it is kind of cheating. But I mean, that's interesting that they have a niche for the SRV in that sense. Like, you can buy the SRV for I think 170-ish on site. I don't remember off the top of my head. And then get those missions that just require you to get a crime stat that doesn't prevent you from landing anywhere and that you can clear for 70,000. So, you know, flying out to the spot, towing it 2,000 meters, and then clearing your crime stat. That's a pretty interesting loop. Yeah, I think a lot of ships that don't currently have viable loops. I'm looking at you, Terrapin. I'm looking at you, Mercury Star Runner, where their game loops are something that's promised to be later. You know, hopefully eventually that does come to fruition, but then there are plenty of ships that are just objectively bad. Like the Prospector. The Prospector is bad. It just is. It can't crack the rocks that it needs to crack, which is a serious loss. I mean, we spent a lot of time flying around looking for something to crack open with it. Couldn't find anything, so just gave up essentially. Also, there are ones that I think that have potential, but are ultimately better served for orgs and things like that. And I'm looking at the Hammerhead as that case. Like, it requires you and 4 other people or more to effectively man it. All right, but I think other ships, like all the cargo ships, they all fit well inside the verse. There's something that you can carry in almost every size of cargo ship that will yield a decent profit. You know, for the C1, we found that gold is its sweet spot. RMC can kind of be a good spot for it too, but gold is perfect. For the MSR, things like that, you can start running RMCs all the way up to the C2, and then in the Hull C, I haven't had a chance to run, but I think we'll pick one of those up very shortly. I think they're only, what, 15 million in game, so yeah, I'll pick one of those up, and we'll see what its cargo route looks like. I think in that you end up buying a lot of like aluminum or titanium and running just bulk 4,000 SCU of aluminum. Nobody's going to want to pirate you because you have to have a Hull C to make it profitable, and to move 4,000 SCU from one ship to another is asking for just the world's worst time. Oh, totally agree. Yeah, I think at that point, ships like the C1 are really going to hit their stride because they are feasibly, theoretically soloable. They have a decent complement of, you know, weapons and cargo grid. You might see a lot of people go back to playing and flying the Avenger Titan because it's got 6 SCU, so you can put something in it. Actually, that's the real key. You'll see a lot of people stick with the C1 and the Drake Cutlass Black because you can put a mining vehicle in it and you can take it somewhere. And theoretically, they're both soloable because the components are decently small and you can put them in with a handheld or the rifle thing. That's the other thing. I think they said that a lot of the larger ships, those components, aren't actually going to be physically movable by a person with, you know, even the handheld tractor. You're going to need the rifle tractor. There we go. I totally agree. It is a decently soloable craft, and its main defensive ability is the ability to just run away, which is a very good defensive ability in space. And yeah, the weapons on it are terrific. The pilot weapons on it are really, really good. Makes me wish the MSR's guns were as good. They're okay, but they're not anywhere near as what I feel are as functional as the 400i.
Quantum fuel is at 58%.
Yeah, let's closing in on Crusader. Whoa. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. It just knows that it can't make that trip again. I saw red on the quantum there. Got me a little worried. I would have given it to the MSR only because I think it's slightly more maneuverable. Yes, the Vulture has badgers. It has 2 badgers. And they're slung right next to the cockpit. On you can barely see them there. Yeah, no, actually, literally, the mammal, the badger, it just throws badgers at people. So it's woefully undergunned. It cannot win a fight. The badgers are really only useful for if you see somebody EVAing, you could possibly shoot them. But yeah, the badgers are right there. So the roof of it is yellow, and then right in front or right behind the glass, there's one of the badgers, and then there's another badger. You can kind of see its silhouette. I can't point them out. Actually, what I could do, I might be able to. Yeah, you can see the tip of the badger right there. I mean, badgers aren't terrible. They're kind of useful against light fighters, but light fighter can just maneuver to your rear and not ever worry about you shooting it. This thing isn't exactly maneuverable. It's a piece of construction equipment that they strap guns to. So was it a stock 400 versus a stock MSR? This is one of the things that I upgrade in the MSR is the shields.
Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and they're both in the same category of vehicle, in my opinion. They're medium freight, can carry, something in the cargo hold. Obviously, the 400i is much more luxury, and the MSR is designed to be a smuggler. But I think they're both reasonably the same cost in real world money, and they both fit in the universe in about the same spot.
Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, here we are at Yela. Let's see if we have that contract available to us in salvage. Aegis Hammerhead cleanup. Alright. There we go. We're going to try it. We're reach the Hammerhead. Okay, we'll try. Estimated security arrival 1 hour. Crazy. I don't know if there's a limit to how much can be broken by the Vulture, like based on size, but here goes nothing, right? Okay, I'm at the quantum beacon. I don't see a ship. There's something I'm missing. There it is. Took a moment for it to pop in. On the Vulture, there's a back hatch, much like most other ships. Alright, we'll just go ahead and drop into fracturing mode here. Oh, it's not seeing it as a viable target. Interesting. Alt W. Let's start trying to power wash this thing, see what happens. Size exceeded. I don't care. Let me do it anyway. Well, I think we found the answer to our question. Power washing is just taking the whole plating off and then breaking it apart. Literally destroys it and breaks it up into bigger pieces that you're just taking, like the bulkheads, the titanium structure inside of it. They call it construction material. Won't let me turn off the there. There we go. Let's see if a little bit of a braid. We'll go with the one that doesn't yield a whole lot of... Well, I got a CS2 for doing that, so that makes sense. I have an hour to power wash this thing. Okay. That's what it's telling me. Cargo wise, there are two different materials that you'll be getting. RMC, recycled material components for doing the power washing, and construction materials for doing the fracturing, the breaking up. I'm moving the ship. Wonder if I can move it enough for it to count. I forgot that there's a tractor beam on this head. We'll just keep trying to move it along. No, if you break it apart, you don't get the RMC. You know, all the RMC gets destroyed. I just got a crime stat 3 for doing towing. So, that's kind of annoying. Oh, each individual time counts. That's crazy. I've done it multiple times, illegal towing, each time I've grappled with it. It's okay if we can push this thing along, then it might be worthwhile. From what I understand, you just push it to a point and then the mission auto completes. So that's what we're doing. Pushing her along. You have to do all your power washing before you break it apart. All the power washing that you want to do. Because once you break it apart, the only material that you can get is CMAT, construction materials. But any power washing that you've already done is saved in the hopper. And then you can push that out at your leisure from the hopper. Yeah, no, you can just break it up if you want, but you don't get the RMC from it. But yeah, I've just straight up broken it up before by myself, but that was with the reclaimer, and I think that, well, not think, I know. We'll switch over to W. And in fracture mode, it won't let me fracture this ship. I'm trying right now, but it's just not fracturing. There's value with it broken up. That's when you can get the CMAT. So you have to fracture it, which breaks it up into smaller chunks, and then you disintegrate those smaller chunks with the secondary mode, this mode with the little electrical crackles. Back to paper mode. Okay, what is my crime stat at now? 3. Okay, so we're not doing too bad. I just want to keep pushing this thing and see if we can get it to auto clear that way. No, questions are good. Maybe a finer answer to your question. Breaking up by itself on some missions is enough to complete the mission. I was hoping that would be the case here with this one, since it was $250,000 or 250,000 credits. But it just doesn't look like the Vulture is capable of breaking this apart. Now I'm just trying to use its tractor beam to push the reclaimer away. I don't know how far I need to push it away. I don't know how far I have pushed it. I can tell you we're moving at about 4 meters a second. Well, thanks for sticking with me as long as you did. I hope I didn't ruin your sleep schedule. And I won't be on tomorrow because it'll be Monday, but Tuesday I will. And I know you normally can't catch me through the week, so I will see you at Friday at the latest. Have a good night, man. Yes, the hammerhead is moving. I wanted to see if the Vulture could just break it apart using the fracture, but apparently it can't. It was very sad. This is one of those 250,000 credit missions. Normally on those style missions, if you can fracture it, it auto completes it. I was hoping to see if the Vulture would do that, but it can't. Seemed pretty sweet if it could, though, because you could just roll up, fracture it, and roll out. Oh, I have a reclaimer. I could go get that. Well, I can't at the moment because I accidentally have that crime stat 3. So, because I illegally towed this thing. That's actually why it's moving. Because I was like, well, I can just use the what the heck is it called? The tractor beam. Good job. To just tow this thing out of the mission area. But after, 10 minutes of towing this at 4 meters a second, it still didn't count it as far enough. And my tractor beam stopped working, so. Well, I'm just making the most of this before I go to Grimhex. Okay, yeah. Come on, break it, break it. Ooh, nice. Worked for me for sure. Is it a good reason for no work for you tomorrow? Or, oh, are you rained out? I just realized up in that area, y'all got some major wind and some major rain. Yeah, PD's on a quite a big hiring spree. They're buying out firms left and right, and they're also hiring quite a bit. I don't know what the New Braunfels office, what their workload looks like, but I know that San Antonio and Dallas, they've got lots of textile work. In Houston, we're kind of a little light at the moment, but we're hoping that not hoping it'll change very shortly, but all right. Gotta figure out how to. Let's see, I already got a crime stat, so not that big a deal. Probably gonna get somebody who takes my bounty. I bet that means somebody has it. It's coming for me. That's okay. Party invite. Yep. So much to power wash. Cool. I'm just out here power washing away. I'm glad the game can remind you to do a real world task. Oh, sounds good. One thing we didn't do is go see if there was anything in the cargo hold. Whether it allows us to get in the cargo hold at all. Docking collar. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna allow us to get in there at all, will it? And see straight through the ship here. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull the Vulture around here and see if shooting the cargo hatch opens it up. See if there's anything worthwhile on it. Vulture. There it is. I'm flying away from it. Pro tip, don't do that. I just want to see if there's any cargo on it right now as well. Before some bounty hunter comes and tries to nerf me. Out there. There's the doors. Nothing. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Awesome. Inya is really funny. Started playing as you left. Which song for Inya? Yeah, it's silly slow. How is the Mark II? I haven't found anybody willing to lend me one for a little bit so I can fly around and see what it's like. See if it's worth spending some, what is it, 175 for it? Maybe on Tuesday. Gonna finish up this mission and head to bed. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, I do have work in the morning, so I am gonna finish this. It's not even a mission, it's just get over to Grimhex as soon as you get here and break this. That's what pays the bills and gives me food to eat, so definitely wanted that to keep happening. And my family enjoys it too, so, well, the food and the bill pay. Yeah. But this thing is slightly moving, so it's easy enough to just go ahead and move the ship. All right, and I see you. 16, 15, 14. Just feel free to break her apart right when you arrive. We've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds before the fuzz shows up, or is scheduled to show up. I'll just come out here all cinematic style and watch the claw in action. Getting all wavy. Contract complete. Awesome. It's nice to see you got your fair share. And I think I might be right in assuming that the CS3 is a soft CS3 that I have, since it's only illegal towing. I might actually be able to pay it off. Of course. Thank you for the completion. Jeez, I was about to fail that mission. You completed it at 18 seconds. All right. I'm going to go test whether or not I can land at Seraphim.
Quantum drive is now off.
All right.
Quantum drive is now on.
Seraphim. Let's see if it lets me land.
Quantum drive is now off.
Point at a basically empty portion of it and start flying towards it. Security privileges revoked, but
Hey, you need to take care of that crime stat before you land here.
nope, they don't like
Hey,
me.
you need to take care of that crime stat before you land here.
Okay. The next question is, do they have a... Is there... Oop, I've been targeted. Missiles coming at me. New plan. Grimhex.
Weapons system destroyed. Engines destroyed.
Oh, we won't be doing any of that. I am now a sitting duck. Oh well. Well, I'm not exactly a sitting duck. I might be able to do this. No worries. I knew this was a risk when I took on this type of mission. I think I'm plummeting into Crusader. Huh. Yep. Hello from the Otter Slide. Well, the QT's online, but I can't escape not pointing at Crusader. And all of my RCS thrusters are gone. Oh. Come on. Oh, come on. I can do it. Yeah, it won't calibrate. Oh. If I can get it there to hold it, I might be able to do it. Like it worked, but it didn't. This is weird. Try that again. I'm back. Yeah, the quantum just isn't there. Like I'm aligned and calibrated, but it's just not going. Huh. What it looked like, but I'm still falling. And this is it doing it itself. Like, that's crazy. Well, I think we can pretty much call it at that. Let's take a look at doing something else that's crazy. That might just yield positive results. Let's bet log and see what happens. Ship not landed. Well, duh. Pointed back at. Let's see what else we can do. Goodbye, cruel world. Well, now we just get to fall forever into a gas giant. This won't take a while. I wonder, I've never actually, I don't know at what point the death occurs when you're falling into the gas giant. Like, how far down do you gotta go? And we're definitely falling. You see different parts of the planet being overlapped by my arm. Wow. Yeah, that'd be just a zen out moment, wouldn't it? To just fall into Crusader. Okay. Well, if that's the case, we're just going to backspace this. We'll arrive at Gleischer, and I'll turn the stream off and use and just log off and do a Gleischer thing tomorrow night off screen. Oh, I'm at Grimhex. Interesting. Okay, well, that's that. Where I wanted to end anyway. Thanks for joining, and I will see you all Tuesday night.